Okidoki. Let's commence. To mnie najbardziej interesuje. Czemu nikt mnie kurwa nie szukał?
I think you've got a stall. I was jumped.
R-O-C-Z always remember.
Every nook and cranny of the ship.
Remember.
Of course, Mr. Zellner.
Zdroweczko, stary.
You are cordially invited to travel as our special guest.
Roczek razem, kurwa
At
mać.
least one man doesn't want
Dzieciaczka
to
mamy.
throw me overboard.
Is it bad?
Wymyśliłeś imię?
Hurts a lot.
I spoke with Dr. Gebhardt.
He suffered a violent blow to the back of the head. I cannot really say how bad it is.
But I can. It really hurts. Why didn't anyone come looking for me? Didn't anyone notice that I didn't come back from the car?
Brianek, kurwa, baranek raczej.
Search for you, but we couldn't find you.
Who was supposed to search the cargo hold?
Constable Oliver. I'll have a talk with him about that later.
I should hope so.
Dokładnie.
How many fingers do you see?
5.
I see 5 fingers. 3 of them stretched out.
Okay.
Where are we? And what time is it? I must have been out for ages.
It's just after 8 p.m.
You just missed dinner. But we'll all meet here in the saloon at 10 o'clock to have a drink together.
Właściwie widziałem
Passengers personally,
rękawiczkę, a nie palce, ale okej.
I will not break, even on this unusual journey.
You're all right now, Constable. The bleeding has stopped.
Cieszy mnie, stary, że nie żałujesz.
Looks good. You may have a mild concussion. You just need a good night's sleep. And tomorrow,
Naprawdę cieszy mnie
your
to.
only worries will be a headache and an impressive bump.
Bomb. Winka, szampanka.
Thanks.
That's a good enough reason to celebrate. Enough about
Cheers!
thieves. From now on, you can start to enjoy your free cruise.
No bo ewoluował, wyszedł z kapelusza raczek nasz.
What?
A dark shadow. Upper deck, just now.
Go, let's have a look.
Doprawdy.
I'll join you.
Me too.
No, you stay here.
No, I
You
go.
want to make this an argument?
I'm going, you
Robert,
bitch.
Go to the Baroness and don't let her out of your sight. Zellner, you're coming to the port side. Doctor, you go to starboard. I'll start at the forecastle and work my way back to the two of you. Understood?
But
O.
Baroness von Trebitz.
Ojoj.
Hello? Baroness von Trebitz? Open the door.
O. Miłe słowa, Striker, miłe słowa. Dzięki.
Dr. Gebhardt insisted on coming along, but now he doesn't seem to be sure if that was a good idea. Are you okay, Doctor?
oh, of course. Why wouldn't I?
I jeszcze
be?
raz w ogóle
It's
dzięki,
just
stary,
that-
za wsparcie.
Well, I would prefer to come with you.
You heard the inspector.
Tchórzliwy doktorek. Tu nie mogę pomóc, szkoda. Interesująca sytuacja akurat się robi. Let's save this shit. Ale nie wiem, kim jest Bonkol. Ej, no ale twoje pieniądze, kurwa, stary, no. Czasem żałujesz, czasem nie. Tak wygląda to z każdym, powiedzmy, zakupem, nie?
All right,
Za
Doc.
każdym razem, kiedy wydasz. Tak więc raz jest dobry, raz jest zły.
I'm not going on a manhunt all by myself.
Oj, przepraszam bardzo. Żyganko?
Are you okay? Maybe you had better take a rest, in case the blow was more severe.
Powinno być uderzenie niż podmuch, bo tu jest blow to the head. Znaczy, no wiesz, o co mi chodzi. Zakupem, whatever. Wydaniem pieniędzy.
I think it came
Pieniędzy.
from up there.
Ja ostatnio dałem na jakieś centrum, które było niby dla głuchoniemych i chyba mnie w chuja zrobiły cyganki na 50 zł. Potem się tak spojrzałem na to i chyba zrobiły mnie w chuja na 5 dych. Chciałem pomóc głuchoniemym.
Zellner, look who we have here.
Mudzin!
That's not our shadow.
And our stowaway.
Spent any time hiding in a trunk recently?
Me do nothing.
Hochlanda nie ma teraz, no to
He
co ja będę o
claims to
nim
be
mówił?
part of
Jak
the
był,
crew.
też bym podziękował
Just
bardzo.
wanted to get some fresh air.
Of course.
Baroness won't open the door, sir.
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert.
Fish deck. Pewnie gościu z Kairu próbuje się przekraść do domu z powrotem. Zgaduję. Znając życie.
You were right. There was a stowaway.
Yes, but he can't be the Raven. He's too young.
Dokładnie.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the Raven isn't lurking here as well.
Exacto mundo.
What was that?
A shot!
It came from one of the cabins.
Ja pierdolę się, akcja teraz rozwija. Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
Baronowa!
Baroness von Trebitz?
O.
Baroness! Open the door!
Doktorek dał radę wyważyć, ale Robert nie dał rady.
Step aside, please.
Czy Oscar tam, whatever. Oh shit.
We have a murder on our hands, gentlemen.
Woo!
Arizona. The murderer still has to be nearby.
Mamy dwie podejrzane osoby
No one
tylko.
on deck. Anyone who's outside is a suspect. This time we'll get him.
O kurwa, serce mi pada. O nie, o nie.
Are you okay?
Tabletki wyjebałem.
Come on.
O nie.
We have to.
Zellner, trzymaj się! O no!
Zellner!
Zellner!
Zellner! Murder!
Zellner! Ja pamiętam Hochlanda. Wpada jeszcze czasem. Rzadko, ale wpada.
Ah, you
Ty.
awake? Sleep well, did you?
Miałem zawał.
I didn't fall asleep voluntarily.
It doesn't matter. We got along just fine without you.
Have you arrested anyone yet?
You mean besides the Arab?
He could hardly have committed the murder. You must have been with him when it happened.
We heard the shot on the forecastle. I locked our friend in the detention cell in the cargo hold, and then went up to assist Legrand. You were already sleeping the sleep of the just.
Aha.
I didn't pass out last night because of the blow to my head, did I?
Seems unlikely. Inspector Legrand thinks you were drugged.
But how?
Oh.
The champagne.
Who gave you the glass of champagne?
Szampan.
Captain DeConti.
Interesting.
Ale szampan zmógł też panią baronową. No Guilty dawno już też nie bywał u nas. Ale możliwe, że ten szampan był dla baronowej, żeby ją zmogło. I ja dostałem po prostu resztkę szampana. Jednego z nich, bo oni nie wiedzieli na przykład, którego szampana dostanie baronowa. Tak więc cały czas jest podejrzany jej butler, kamerdyner.
Besides the Arab, has anyone else aroused your suspicion?
No. Seconds after the alarm went off, the decks were swarming with frightened passengers.
Yes. A clever way to stay incognito during the commotion.
Jebać
We
rokowego.
still have our primary suspect, the Raven.
You really think he's returned?
Well, I think that no one
Swoją
knows as
drogą.
much about the Raven as Legrand.
But still, it all seems so incredible. About the champagne, shouldn't it be possible to find traces of the tranquilizer in the glass?
That is exactly what Legrand is trying to do.
Without
Okay.
a laboratory?
Oh, he's got a lab. His cabin is packed with all the latest forensic stuff.
Oh,
It's quite
really?
impressive what the inspector can do.
A competent man, no doubt. And surprisingly well prepared.
And diligent. He's been at it all night with his brushes and tinctures and glasses and everything. working like a man possessed. I wouldn't want to be the Raven now.
What's the state of play? How was the Baroness killed?
Tak, na Pyrkonie będę.
Shot in the chest at close range.
Na Pyrkonie zawsze się staram pojawić.
Once the doc finishes examining the body in the medical center.
And no one saw anything suspicious?
No one saw a shadowy Raven leaving the Baroness's cabin, if that's what you mean. A lot of people heard the gunshot. Inspector Legrand wants to question the passengers again this morning, once they've all calmed down, and he's had a chance to examine the evidence.
Kurwa, dużo ludzi podejrzanych. Podoba mi się to, bo naprawdę czuję się, jakbym czytał jakąś Agatę Christie czy coś w tym stylu. Bo każdy wydaje się podejrzany. To jest bardzo podobny feeling do tego najnowszego filmu Poirot. Nie no, kurwa, Striker, wiadomo.
I suppose that you and Legrand inspected the crime scene and the surroundings.
Of course, and we already hit the jackpot. The murder weapon.
Nie wierzę.
Really? Where did you find it?
On the gangway. The gangway for boarding the ship folds up and hooks onto the hull when it's not being used. The murderer probably wanted to throw the gun into the sea. He casually dropped it overboard.
But it landed on the gangway.
Bad luck.
But Legrand and I were on the side deck right after the shot. There was no one there.
Maybe the murderer threw the gun away later. We recovered it in the early hours.
Czyli to nie mógł być
I
też
think I'll
kapitan.
look for Inspector Legrand now.
Bo kapitan wiedziałby, jak jego statek działa.
You won't get rid of me. I'm here to stay, Constable Oliver.
Be that as it may, Inspector Legrand ordered me to guard the cargo hold with our special guest. That's fine by me. Inspector Legrand may be able to get by without sleep for days on end, but not me. It's not easy playing with the big boys, Constable Zellner.
No.
Grzeczny? Nie. Na pewno nie grzeczny browarek. Ale browarek tak.
An antique wooden globe. If Galileo hadn't asserted himself back then, this would be a flat disk now.
O, daj nam jeszcze 3 lata. Będą płaskie globusy, kurwa. Jak ten świat zmierza w tym takim fajnym kierunku. Kto wie, co się wydarzy, mistrzu. Drugi chapter. Baluga, Bahama, come on pretty mama, Tiago, Montego, come on just let me go. To the Kokomo.
How wonderful. Sunshine and a blue sky above the Mediterranean Sea. It would be a perfect cruise day, if not for the murder.
Właśnie nie, Rafał, mam na myśli płaski globus. Okej, Striker. Chronicles of Mystery to jest takie, wiesz, na late nighty czasami. To jest late night after dark. Jak mam ochotę, nam dużo dłuższy stream wtedy robię właśnie Chroniclesy. I raczej nie będę robić tego właśnie w środy.
Big, soft towels. I could reserve a deck chair with it. No, better not.
Better not.
I'd really like to lie in the sun and take a nap, but I don't have time for that at the moment.
Okej, czyli nic więcej. Światełka, drzwi, leżak, burta. Okej.
These things made quite a racket last night. I couldn't hear myself think.
Nie, ja Facebooka nie, także musi być na Steamie. Siemano Bell. Zaraz, coś jeszcze jest? Chyba nie.
I suppose the life jackets are stowed there, close to the railing, close at hand in case of emergency. I hope I don't find myself needing a life jacket.
Ja też. Trap.
Curious. One can easily toss a gun into the sea from almost anywhere on the ship without being noticed. And yet, the murderer chose the one spot where it's not actually possible.
Chyba że specjalnie zrobił to, żebyśmy znaleźli broń. Wydaje mi się właśnie, Rafałku, że ona była zastrzelona, bo słyszeliśmy jakiś tam chyba strzał wtedy. Ona była chyba najpierw jakby nie otruta, ale udragowana, żeby poszła spać i potem strzał.
The gangway is hard to miss. Why did the murderer drop the gun on the gangway? They must have noticed their mistake, even if their back was to the sea. So, why didn't they take the gun and throw it a few meters farther into the sea?
Nie miał czasu? Nie dał rady? Ten już kim ma na służbie? Serio?
Constable Oliver brought something to drink. You can tell it's not the first time he's had to guard something. It may not seem like it, but Constable Oliver is actually a very effective watchman.
Aha. Doprawdy. Co nie powiesz?
The stowaway surely didn't sleep well last night in the cargo hold, although his cell is probably more comfortable than my cabin, and more spacious.
No raczej nie. I tyle? Okej.
I wonder if this game is an advanced version of bocce. Maybe the inventor realized that it's difficult to play ball games on a boat and came up with an alternative.
O, Pyro? Też teoria, też teoria. No on na pewno miał jakieś znajomości z Baronową, zanim ona jeszcze wylądowała na tym statku. Jakby na 100% znali się wcześniej.
Salty sea air in my old lungs, wind in my thinning hair. If I hadn't become a policeman, I could have been a sailor.
Ciekawe, co by było, jakbyśmy wzięli te tabletki od pana doktora.
The young fellow right away. Even though he was already under arrest at the time of the shot, he may have noticed something before.
Dokładnie.
If I want to get into the cargo hold, I'll have to get rid of the constable first. He won't let me talk to our young friend.
Okej, okej. Co na górze? A może nie, zobaczmy na dole najpierw, jak nasza kajuta wygląda i reszta kajut.
We were here yesterday when we heard the shot, and it was also here where Legrand caught our stowaway.
Ważna lokacja, ważna lokacja.
A boat like this would also make a good hideout for a stowaway.
True, true.
Were the tarpaulins arranged like that on purpose so that no one could put them back in order once they get in? You can tell at a glance that everything is ship-shape with this boat.
Chyba że ktoś się bardzo dobrze zna, albo teraz zostały naprawione przez kogoś. Bo nie zwrócilibyśmy uwagi na to w trakcie morderstwa. To był taki mały detal, na który mogli ludzie nie zerknąć. Jak akurat ktoś przechodził, szybko odłożyć plandekę. zahaczyć o łóżko. Ło kurwa, ile tu jest rzeczy.
A model of the Lydia before it was rebuilt. It used to be a freighter. The wide hallways,
Często tak bywa.
cabins, and the saloon were added later. A pitiful
Dobranocka.
attempt to make the interior of the ship seem less dreary. A bit of paint on the walls would have helped more, especially since a plant won't survive long without daylight.
Sala
An
szpitalna.
evacuation plan? And some tips from the doctor for avoiding seasickness. And here, a schedule of activities.
O,
A drink with the captain, a shuffleboard competition on the forecastle. That's about it. A real barrel of fun.
woo! No kurwa, party hard, nie?
An alarm like this one was set off yesterday. This one hasn't been set off. The security seal is intact.
Czyli nie ten.
I'm not paying for this trip, and that's a fair price for my cabin. It's rather plain, shall we say.
Okej. Siemano, major.
That is Legrand's cabin.
Come in.
Łojebany, faktycznie.
Ah, Zellner, are you ready?
Good morning, Inspector Legrand.
I'm not ready.
My head is pounding, but I think I'm okay.
Chloral hydrate.
Hmm?
That's why you have a headache. I found traces of it in your champagne glass.
Tylko w moim? Tylko w moim?
What have you found out so far?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range.
Się
We
martw.
heard the shot. The murderer quickly fled the cabin and dropped the murder weapon over the railing later. A simple story so far.
But why was her cabin door locked?
Exactly. If the murderer wanted to make it seem like a suicide, he'd have shot her in the head and left the gun at the crime scene.
And if it was murder, why did he go to all the trouble of locking the door from inside? And how did he manage that anyway?
Especially since we arrived just a few seconds later and didn't see anyone near the cabin.
Something doesn't make sense here.
No, it doesn't. And
Chyba,
it's
że
driving me crazy.
złodziej miał wszystkie klucze już. Znaczy 2 pozostałe klucze. Ukradł klucz od baronowej i on w tym czasie obrabował safe. I dlatego zostawił ją z zamkniętymi drzwiami, żebyśmy my jej chcieli najpierw rozjebać drzwi, sprawdzić, czy ona żyje i dopiero potem... I miał trochę czasu wtedy, skubaniec. Jest szansa, jest szansa.
And this chloral hydrate?
Is a tranquilizer. Can be dissolved in alcohol. The effect begins in minutes and lasts for hours. Who gave you the glass of champagne?
Kapitan mi dał na 100%. Tak. Ale kto dał kapitanowi do ręki? On sam to podniósł? Ja po prostu zobaczyłem moment, gdzie on już trzymał te kieliszki w dłoni. Ale nie jestem pewien... okej.
I believe it was Captain DeConti.
If believing were enough for us, we'd have become priests, Constable. Be a policeman and find out for sure.
Understood. Did you find the murder weapon?
On the gangway on the side
F5,
of the
F5.
ship, I suspect the murderer tried to drop it into the sea. He would have stood close to the railing to let it fall unseen.
And since he doesn't know the ship, he had bad luck and dropped it right onto the gangway.
Indeed. And do you find that probable?
Nie.
Not a bit.
Nie.
Neither do I.
You think that the jewel thief is the murderer?
Our friend would have needed another key to open the safe and steal the second eye, the one the Baroness was carrying.
Ale?
At least, that's what we imply.
Ale?
What do you mean?
The Baroness was famous for her forgetfulness. I convinced her to give me the third key. It seems safer for the eye.
The thief
Doprawdy.
searches the Baroness's cabin looking for the third key.
She returns from the saloon earlier than expected.
Nie, 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 nie.
Surprises him, and he can't allow her to identify him.
Nie, nie, nie,
He
nie.
imprisons her until the coast is clear, and then shoots her.
And thus, the thief becomes a murderer.
But still doesn't have all the keys.
Byśmy chyba szybciej usłyszeli reakcję baronowej? Jeżeli on ma klucz, to jest podejrzane teraz.
What kind of a gun is it?
A pistol, a Luger 08.
Antique.
Manufactured a million times during and after the First World War. Austrian model. The owner is David Kreutzer, the violinist. We found him tonight totally drunk on the bow of the ship. He confirmed that it's his gun, but he claims that it was stolen from him.
Fingerprints?
Nothing. But it's worth mentioning that the clip was missing 2 bullets.
And it's definitely the murder weapon.
The
Ale my
ballistic
słyszeliśmy
tests
3
are
wystrzały.
Actually, I've been waiting far too long for the bullet recovered from the corpse. Pay the good doctor a visit, Zellner, and see that he does his job.
Bo pierwszy wystrzał był, kiedy my byliśmy... Zanim jeszcze odpłynęliśmy z portu. Do nas przecież był jeden strzał. W skrzynię. Tam będzie pewnie inny nabój. O kurwa, to się robi mega zagmatwane już. Bo ja nie wierzę, że Skrzypek to zrobił. On jest zwykłym złodziejem.
Do you believe the violinist?
He'll be the first person I question. He claims he can't remember anything from the last few hours. Says he drank a bottle of schnapps.
He was on the train and he doesn't have an alibi. His
I
drunkenness
kto wiedział, że on ma
could
broń?
be a
Tylko ja.
smokescreen.
He fits the profile. He travels a lot, has access to high society. Could be interesting.
Tylko my wiedzieliśmy, że on ma broń. Bo tylko my otworzyliśmy mu tą jego walizeczkę. Ha.
Are you sure that there's no bomb inside this time?
Professor Lucien locked it in front of an audience, and it will be opened for the first time in Cairo.
Let's hope so.
It would take hours to crack it, and you'd need heavy machinery.
Or the keys.
Or
Dokładnie.
the 3 keys, that's right.
Tak.
Do you really think that the Raven is behind all this?
He wrote the letter that was on the safe in the train. Without the letter, we wouldn't have opened the safe, and the bomb wouldn't have exploded.
But it doesn't seem like him, does it? The Raven was famous in part because he never hurt anyone, much less killed anyone
Dokładnie.
during a burglary.
It's his handwriting, and he called me Nico. No one else does that.
Okay.
I chased that man across Europe for years. It is him. It has to be him.
But the evidence...
Enough.
I'll be on my way. I want to find out who gave me the drugged champagne.
Good idea. And get the bullet from Dr.
Jeżeli
Shepard.
inspektor mówi, że nie obchodzą go dowody, to jest źle.
Inspector Legrand, are you okay? Maybe you should take a break.
I can sleep once I've caught the Raven. Goodbye, Constable.
Be seeing you.
No, odpocznij. Odpocznij, bo zaczynasz chujowo myśleć, stary. Coraz gorzej ci myślenie idzie. Naprawdę odpocznij trochę.
Legrand is risking not just his career, but his health as well on his hunt for the Raven. He's working like a demon. Maybe that's why he caught the Raven and no one else.
A co jeżeli on to robi tylko dlatego, że chce znowu być popularny i sławny, że chce kolejny awans, że złapie kolejnego kruka i on udaje. I koniec końców wrobi jakiegoś randoma. Oni wszyscy są dziwni.
There are little stones in the flower pot.
Oh, really? A po co nam kamyczki?
Not only does the poor plant have to make do without sunlight, it doesn't have any soil either.
Tak, myślę, że on jest krukiem i teraz tylko będzie szukał kogoś, żeby wrobić. Znaczy, nie to, że myślę, że tak jest, tylko że jest kolejna możliwość taka. Weźmy po te kamyczki, weźmy kamyczki.
Really? What am I supposed to do with stones?
Na przyszłość. Na wszelki wypadek.
Sooner or later.
Dokładnie. Prędzej czy później. A nóż widelec.
Come in.
Wow.
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
Hello.
And there's the next one.
Excuse me?
You want something else from me, don't you?
I'm afraid I do.
What a first day at work. Well,
I am told that I was drugged.
that's how it seems.
What can you tell me about it?
Me? Why should that be my business?
Haven't you analyzed the glass?
No, I haven't. The inspector said he's the better chemist. I let him do it. That way I could at least concentrate on the body.
What's the result of your examination of the victim?
She's dead.
I didn't make you work
Dzięki.
all night long, Dr. Gebhardt.
She was shot. Point blank shot. Probably with a pistol. It seems like she was lying in bed. The shots
Bo była najebana, nieprzytomna.
died immediately.
One shot?
More were unnecessary. And we only heard one shot, no?
Dwa.
And there's just one entrance wound.
Just one.
Bo potem był drugi jeszcze. Nie no, Pyro raczej nie.
Do you think the Baroness
Na
might have
pewno
been
była.
drugged? She was very tired and unsteady when Legrand and I saw her.
Yeah, I heard about that. I must have just missed her in the saloon. And without having seen her myself, it is hard to make a diagnosis.
Of course. Can you say something about her general health?
She was quite overweight, and the butler said that she suffered from diabetes. Despite that, she hadn't visited a doctor for several years.
Doesn't sound good.
Happens more frequently than you might suppose. Some people are scared of doctors and pay with an early death. It is possible that the Baroness wouldn't have lived much longer anyway.
To nas nie obchodzi w ogóle.
Do you know whose glass
Dokładnie.
I drank from?
What do you mean?
Captain de Conti handed me a glass of champagne. But where did he get it?
Właśnie.
Don't know. Did you ask him?
I'm just asking because you were also in the saloon when the champagne was served.
Yes, but I only entered the saloon a few seconds before you did. I didn't manage to get a drink myself.
Which, in retrospect, is lucky.
Ah, you're right about that.
Have you already removed the bullet?
I znowu był
Legrand
Lucky.
sent you? What is that Frenchman's problem? I already told you. I will get in touch as soon as I have it. That
Okay,
is
okay.
also what I told the constable, who he kept sending all night long, once I finally got rid of Legrand himself.
Did he look over your shoulder?
He probably wanted to take the scalpel from my hand and hack away himself. But this is my surgery, and I will not let amateurs interfere with my work.
That's understandable. How much longer will it take?
I have just finished.
Ja pierdolę, to nie mogłeś od
Send my
razu.
regards to His Majesty.
Oh, fuck off, dude. Umarła osoba.
Thanks. I think
Zamknij
that's it
ryj,
for now.
proszę
No.
cię.
That is it for now, then, and later. I'm going to lie down for a few hours.
O nie, ty biedaczku, idź się wyspać, ja pierdolę.
But Could I at least have the key?
Absolutely
Chcę
not.
zobaczyć
But if
zwłoki.
we have to examine the victim again,
Then the esteemed inspector knows where to find me. In my cabin. In bed. Good night, Constable Zellner.
Ej, ale akurat Cekimek może mieć rację. To dosłownie mogą być wszyscy. Poza tymi, którzy umrą do końca sprawy. Ale tak to podejrzewają na razie każdego. Potem nabój, potem nabój. Chcę iść teraz na górę, zobaczyć miejsce zbrodni, bo dokładniej jeszcze. Bo nie wiem, czy dokładnie obejrzałem górę całą. Chyba nie. Chyba tylko trochę i uciekłem na dół. I przy okazji zerknijmy na kieliszki też może. Zanim tą kulę ogarniemy.
this isn't a panoramic deck for visitors. There are pipes, steel cables, chains up here. You can smell the smoke from the funnel. I have no idea how the ship works, and I really don't care, as long as it stays afloat.
Wentyl nie działa jeden.
The grate must be part of the ship's ventilation system. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Ale on nie działa.
The grate shouldn't be so easy to open. Did the stowaway open it and we caught him in the act? No. The pipe is too narrow. He wouldn't fit in there. I guess the cover has been defective for a while.
On by się nie zmieścił według ciebie.
I could inform the captain that the grid has to be repaired, but if I start reporting all the problems on the ship, I'd have to shelve my murder investigation.
Ojej, no, Zelmer, nie rób się leniwy. Musimy być dokładni. Bo nam spierdoli. Rawenek. Czy lubię herbatniki?
Why is there an axe hanging here? I suppose it's for chopping through ropes in the event that the lifeboats can't be lowered. Or they use it to enforce who's allowed on the boat and who's not.
Akurat 4 Tropico nie grałem. Grałem dawno temu w 3 i 5 nawet niedawno. Ale 5 jest naprawdę przyjemną grą. Dokładnie. Nie chodzi o to, że spierdoli nam teraz, tylko będziemy mieli za mało dowodów na później, żeby go przycupnąć.
There's dirt piled up in the corner. Down below where the passengers are, the ship is pretty clean. But the crew doesn't seem to care as much up here. The ship's bridge. 2 men. One of them navigating. I get the impression that the officers keep things running. It seems like the captain concentrates on the passengers and the bar.
Yeah, probably.
I better let the men do their work. If one of them had detected something yesterday, he'd already have informed the Grand or the captain.
Mi nie przeszkadzają herbatniki. Znaczy ja lubię herbatniki z herbatą. Takie jakieś zastosowanie ich według mnie. Pomaczać sobie w herbatce i są wtedy przyjemne. Krakersy są też ok. Ja lubię chipsy i zrobić salsę. Niedawno nauczyłem się robić porządną salsę i teraz lubię chipsy ogarnąć jakieś. To jest mniej więcej, to jest początek 2 rozdziału. Troszkę cię ominęło, ale załapiesz, bo dużo rzeczy jest jakby, wiesz, na bieżąco robionych. Trochę, że już była teraz jakby pierwsza część sprawy, teraz kontynuujemy ją, ale dużo nie stracisz chyba. A chipsy różne. Chipsy różne. Przyjrzyjmy się, o. Mon capitaine. Tu nie mogę zerknąć na nic.
Captain DeConti is sitting at the bar again. He gave me the glass of champagne last night.
Właśnie nie umiem. Będę musiał się nauczyć zrobić taką salsę, taką serową też, jakby do nachosów właśnie. Nie, salsę można jeść z każdymi chipsami, nie muszą być dosłownie te nachosowo.
The alcoholic drinks and everything that goes with them is top notch on this ship.
Wyborowo, ha ha ha.
Lady Westmacott seems to be an early bird, but maybe that's just because of all the excitement. I saw a twinkle in her eye on the train. She's eager to be part of a real detective story.
Pogadajmy z nią.
Lady Westmacott, already on your... Oh.
Constable,
Oh.
don't you think before you speak?
I'm sorry. I didn't
Ale
mean to.
faux pas.
No time for chit-chat. What have you found out?
We're still working on the case. Actually, I have a couple of questions for you.
Ona na wózku, a on zaczyna: o, pani już na nogach. Ładny poranek.
What did you think of our adventure on the train? An extraordinary story, isn't it?
I'm glad that you were able to prove yourself, Mr. Zellner.
Hopefully not for the last time.
I'm glad that everything ended well. I want to thank you sincerely for taking care of Matthew. I can't bear to think about something happening to him.
It all worked out in the end.
Żeby zrobić dobrą salsę, tak naprawdę jest tylko jeden sekret. Możecie używać świeżych pomidorów, możecie używać z puszki, whatever. Musicie dodać jalapeno. I będzie smakowało zajebiście. Najlepiej te takie w zalewie jalapeno. Czy to całe, czy to krojone, whatever. Dodajecie je, miksujecie. Mua.
Do you think that the thief from the train and the murderer are the same person?
I think the new Raven is capable of anything.
Legrand believes there is no new Raven. He thinks that the old one has returned.
He said that.
Do you think it's possible? Everyone thinks he's dead.
As a dramatist, the return of the Raven would certainly be delightful. A legend comes back from the grave for one last job. It's quite romantic. At the same
Quite
time,
romantic.
though, I'd be disappointed.
Why is that?
I followed the Raven's career closely. There weren't many burglars with such
Jej opinia
character
akurat jest
and charm.
ważna.
His burglaries were clever and entertaining, but he was sloppy in London. He almost got caught.
Dokładnie.
And I'll never forgive him for the affair on the train.
Dokładnie.
I would much rather that the Raven stayed dead and had nothing to do with the burglary or the murder.
Też tak uważam.
What do you think? Who is our suspect?
Kapitan wolniej.
Or almost everyone. Everyone on board is physically capable of shooting someone.
True.
But who has the dark desire to take the life of a defenseless person?
True.
One cannot read minds.
And one should not try. You have to collect evidence, traces, clues. That's what will lead us to the killer. It won't be like a bad crime novel, in which they introduce a new character shortly before the end who, surprise, surprise, is also the murderer.
Murderers leave evidence. They're nervous or unnaturally relaxed. They have to adjust constantly.
And because of that, they make mistakes. This is your chance, Constable. If you find the mistake, you'll find your murderer.
Dziękuję, dziękuję.
Have you noticed anything related to the murder?
Unfortunately not. I was already in my cabin and missed all the commotion. Damnable old age.
You're telling me.
Oh, you're still young. At my age, you have to expect that you won't experience much anymore. And although I've written about murder so many times, I've never actually witnessed one. How exciting.
I doubt everyone is so relaxed in such a situation.
Heartless is the word you're searching for, right, Constable? I
Yeah.
certainly didn't want the Baroness to be murdered. But if I can't undo it, then I might as well enjoy it.
I to jest prawdziwy cynizm. To jest prawdziwy cynizm. Ona żyje już tak długo, że ma wyjebane na wszystko. Dokładnie T12.
What do you think of Inspector Legrand?
He seems to be as skilled as everyone says. Intelligent, focused. I had a chat with him yesterday, and he impressed me, but there's something haunted in his eyes.
I don't think he ever really stopped hunting the raven.
Catching the raven made him famous. What if he actually shot the wrong person?
Ambicja jego. Zżera go ambicje od środka.
And you think he's one of the good ones?
Anyone who tries so hard to tear down his own memorial must be honorable.
Trochę racji w tym jest. Trochę racji w tym jest.
I have to be going, Lady Westmacott.
Please keep me informed, Constable Zellner.
Of course.
Nie ma music? To ja muszę. Nie ma music. To escape, idę się odlać. Z2.